full report into the death of Aberdeen schoolboy Bailey Gwyn is published, but large sections are blacked out. The full report into the killing of Bailey Gwyn at his Aberdeen school has been published, but with much of the evidence and even one of the conclusions blacked out. Well, our reporter Rebecca Curran is at Cults Academy. Rebecca, firstly, remind us of the circumstances of this tragedy.
Yes, 16-year-old Bailey Gwyn was stabbed during a lunchtime fight with a fellow pupil here at Cults Academy last October. His killer, who was also 16, is serving 9 years for culpable homicide. Now, a review conducted by child protection expert Andrew Lowe found that Bailey's death could have potentially been avoided had those that knew the killer was carrying weapons told a member of staff. Now, Mr. Lowe made 5 conclusions and 21 recommendations in total, which were published in October, but the full report was kept private, and that was because of data protection and legal issues. But today, Aberdeen City Council published this, a heavily redacted version of the report. In fact, most of the 67 pages look something like this. So what's been left out? Well, the section on the background of Bailey and his killer, who's described in this as Child A, has been completely redacted. All information about previous concerns and a complaint made about the killer has been completely withheld. The only apparent criticism in this document that we can see is levelled at a city councillor, and that is for taking part in a media interview.
We know why, Rebecca, so much has been blacked out.
Well, in October, when the recommendations and conclusions were made public, the Chief Executive of Aberdeen City Council, Angela Scott, said the full report couldn't be because it contained a great deal of sensitive, confidential and legally restricted information. We know that Mr. Lowe conducted 43 face-to-face interviews, and over the past few weeks those people have been returned to and asked if they would mind if what they said was put into the public domain. It's now apparent from this that most of them said no. What we don't know, and what's not yet clear, is on what grounds they could object, if it was just legal and data protection issues, or if they could refuse because they potentially felt what they said was upsetting or embarrassing and they didn't want it in the public domain.
Thank you very much, Rebecca.